How impressive was Mac Jones?
Yeah, he looked good, but nothing changed for me last night. Mac wasn't asked to do a whole lot. His best throw of the night came in a drop. I mean, he basically handed the guy a touchdown, and he dropped it. You got to make that play, especially, Skip, when you're fighting for a roster spot. You make that play, and you get Coach Belichick's undivided attention. But when you go 13-19 and you throw for less than 100 yards, it's telling me that you're checking the ball down.
Yep.
It's a lot of screen passes. It's a lot of or behind the line of scrimmage throws. So they didn't ask him to throw the ball down the field. They didn't allow him to put the ball in harm's way. And, Skip, I'm thinking since there's only 3 preseason games, probably this next game is the game that we're going to see where they probably do install. You see an actual game plan. Cam probably plays a quarter and a half. Mac played because Mac played into the third quarter, late into the third quarter. Might have played the entire third quarter. 5 drives, 6 points. He could have got a touchdown, like I said, to drop. But, Skip, I just think the thing for me last night, from what I saw, I don't think Mac Jones did enough to overtake Cam Newton. And people are, ooh, okay, yeah, that's it. I didn't see that. Coach Belichick might look at the tape and see something entirely different. But for me, he did what I thought he was going to do. He's extremely accurate. The ball gets out of his hand awful quick. But for me, I thought he played good. But it wasn't like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's going to be, forget Tom Brady, he's going to be Joe Montana because he reminds you a lot more of Joe, especially with his body and his makeup, than he does Tom. But for me, Skip, I thought he looked good, but nothing changed. I still believe Cam Newton starts the season, game 1, as the starter.
He gets rid of the ball, as you say, awful quickly, but it doesn't get to the receiver awful quickly. That's some soft arm, you know what, right? He does not exactly have a cannon, does Mac Jones.
He ain't throwing a rock and busting a window pane. That's definitely for sure.
No. In fact, to my eye test, Cam's arm looked almost twice as strong as Mac Jones' arm.
Yeah.
Cam's arm looked lively last night. I liked it. I like Cam's body. He's slimmed down a little bit. He looks good.
Right.
And he got very short stint, and I thought he threw a couple of really nice balls. And I think if they had to play tomorrow, I'm pretty sure Cam Newton would be the starting quarterback tomorrow.
I agree.
Do I think that Mac Jones will battle you? Do I think he can dink and dunk you to death? Yep, I do think that. Can they ground and pound? They have a stable of running backs.
They do.
And I'm going to throw this in because I tweeted this as soon as Belichick took him in the 4th round. I don't know if you were still watching the game this late, but Ramondre Stevenson out of the University of Oklahoma got loose late for 91 yards.
I saw that.
Again, I watch every snap of every OU game because I was born and raised there. I loved him for the Sooners. He's bigger than you think he is. He goes 230. He's listed at 230. He looks like he's 245.
Right.
And he can run. So he can smash you or he can dash you.
Right.
And you got a little bit of both last night. And he's now still 4th on the depth chart because he's a rookie, but they still got, you know, Sony Michel and Damian Harris was their lead back last year, and James White is still there.
Yeah, I like Damian Harris.
Taylor's, he's a little lightning bolt. So
whatever happened to Sony Michel? Skip, the guy had 100 yards in the Super Bowl.
No, I don't know. But he's still there, and I assume he's going to be part of this attack.
Well, yeah, Stevenson. And the only 2 definites I know was Stevenson, I believe, going to make the team, Damian Harris, and James White. We know they love James White because he's their do-everything back.
Yep. And Brandon Bolden, for what it's worth, is still there.
Yep, he's still there.
So that's how they're going to try to win football games.
Yes.
But back to Mac Jones. So he got 1 series with the starters.
Right.
And yet that series was already against Washington's 2nd-string defense.
Right.
So you got to be careful here.
That's why I don't take anything. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to. He was not impressive eye test-wise. He didn't blow me away with his velocity or even his accuracy. It kind of came and went. I'm not sure he was deadly accurate. And the first ball of the night that he threw to Jacoby Myers, it's like it barely got there.
That was a catch, too.
Yeah. And he caught it? Yeah. Well, he did. He caught it. You could just see he did. But then he threw the 2 deep balls. He has to kind of suck it up and gut it up to throw as hard as he can.
Yeah.
But the first one is to that kid, Christian Wilkerson. And I don't know him. He's undrafted out of Southeast Missouri State, and he got the most targets in the game. And it was a
that was a nice throw. You can't throw it any better than what it is right here.
You got to catch
that. You got to make that.
Yeah. And that would have made the night seem and feel a lot better. I agree.
You're correct. You're correct.
And then in the third quarter, they come out and they go hurry up, no huddle, and they let the kid operate because they want to see how he would do no huddle.
That's the same throw
shot again. And then he had a 3rd and long in this one, and this is to Gunnar Olszewski. And this it's a pretty good throw. It's just a little long, just a little off, and Gunnar's not the biggest guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm impressed with those. But in the end, I think Cam is going to have to be the quarterback. And if they get off to a nice start, I just think he's going to be the quarterback all year.
How soon we see Mac Jones is on Cam.
Yep.
Not Mac Jones. Mac Jones can't do Cam. If Cam plays like we know Cam can play, Cam is going to continue to play, Skip. But also, you look at this in that division. People believe Buffalo is a Super Bowl contending team. They get off to a hot start. Miami, people believe Miami will be a lot better than what they were last year.
I just don't love the quarterback, but go ahead.
But if they get off to a hot start and the Patriots are muddling around, well, you got no choice but to go to Mac Jones.
Okay.
So that's all on Cam. Everything is contingent on Cam. Cam plays well, Cam starts. Cam does not play well, Mac Jones is coming in the game.
So when Mac Jones did come into the game last night, he got a standing ovation because that Patriot Nation, they got shamed last year because obviously I think Tom got pushed out the back door by Belichick, but he goes to Tampa Bay and turns it into Tampa Bay.
Right.
And in the first year in a pandemic, they go win a championship. And you don't think that was hard on Patriot fans?
Yeah, of course it was, Skip. But, Skip, look, fans it's very rare. Now, being in Denver and having Peyton there and know what they did. But for the most part, fans love their own homegrown. Tom was homegrown. Mac Jones is going to be homegrown.
He will be homegrown, and Cam was not.
But you know what? Now that I look back at it, Tom Brady, with the exception of maybe a couple of years, have always had small receivers. So he's had to be accurate. He's never really had what he had when he first got to Tampa. Chris Godwin, big guy. Mike Evans, big guy. He had Gronk, but you got Gronk, you got Howard, you got Cameron Brate. You got big guys.
He just had Randy Moss.
For that one. But if you look at it, Deion Branch and Givens and all those guys, they're small guys. Amendola, Welker, Edelman. They're not big guys.
Nope. And they still don't have a whole lot left in the cupboard at receiver.
No.
It makes me feel for both Cam. I'm sure Brady's watching last night saying, I know how that feels.
Yeah, y'all thought I could work miracles with that?
Ooh, really? So do I think that Mac Jones is he built tough enough to stand up to replacing Tom Brady? I do think he emotionally, psychologically can stand up to the fire test of it. Do I think he's going to be good enough? I don't. Do I think he's Tom Brady the second?
No. It was Tom Brady, and then they broke the mold. But I think the thing what helps him, Skip, is that playing under Alabama. Playing with that pressure and the expectations. Because
he played big in all their
it ain't about just, okay, we won 8 games. Not at Alabama. You win the SEC championship, you play and win national championship. That's what it's about.
And I did see him take a lot of punishment at Alabama. He is a tough young man. I give him that. Mentally, physically tough.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.